too many Kickstarters, bro. There's way too many people out here. Oh, come on, help me with my comment. It's too many, man. It's just too many. And maybe, you said something a while back. You said, yo, these guys are just doing this for fun. They know there's no, they're not going to get rich off of it. They're not going to blow up, man. Even with us, man, like if you want to get your business, you want to get your book, you want to do anything, you need to save your money and do it yourself. And you need to do it enough to where you get the first 2 or 3 books off the ground. And I know that people, it costs so much money. Yeah, it does. Everything ain't for everybody, man. Like every time I look up, help me out. You gotta put up your own money, man, to get your comic book off the ground. You gotta have some capital. You gotta have some bread. Save your money. Because I hate to tell these guys, I watch these guys do this all the time, like, bro, there's not a big market for black comics right now. There's just not. It's not a huge market. It's a itsy bitsy tiny niche. And it's hard enough to get the mainstream black books off the ground. And I don't think these guys are conscious of this. They just see MCU and they say, oh, we can make comic books. Somebody will greenlit my idea because my idea is so dope.
I can say wholeheartedly that there is definitely an oversaturation of comic Kickstarter campaigns going on right now, to the point where you just scroll by it and you completely ignore it. I think you're absolutely correct in the sense that most people nowadays, it's hard to get them invested, people interested in your indie comic. And let's face it, the majority of them are kind of Avengers light. They're a great value Justice League. This is my take on Falcon. This is my take on Batman. This is my take on Red Hood. This is my take on Robin. This is my take on Black Panther. And they're just remixed, regurgitated iterations of what's already out on comic shops shelves right now. And I understand, I just want to do it for fun. This is something cool for me. But in a sense, you have to invest in yourself. You have to be able to make those sacrifices to make your vision come true. And it might be slower paced, sure. It might take you 3 years, 2 years to get that first issue or the second issue or the third issue. But, when you show that you're putting the money up, the bread up yourself, and you're trying to establish yourself and giving the consumer something to be excited about, a lot of them fail. And there's a science and there's a method behind crowdfunding. And I'm gonna be honest, no one wants to see your Avengers light. No one wants to see your dollar general version of Falcon. No one wants to see it. And you can't pop the bubble because creators are really kind of delicate, right? We don't take criticism well because it feels like it's almost an attack on us, right? It's an attack of our creativity, our belief, or what's good, what's not. Most of these guys, you really want to pop their bubble, say it's not good enough to sell. And they'd be like, what? How could you say that to me? Da-da-da-da. And it's a bubble. You take constructive criticism from outside your friends, your family, your peer group. Take it to someone like you. Say, hey man, trying to have this comic book come out. What do you think? You think it would sell? What about the character designs? What's up? Give it to somebody, a stranger, somebody who will give it to you without any kind of biases towards you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that definitely would help. So I don't think it's going anywhere. I think that creators are always going to want to feel like, I'm going to be the lucky one. I'm going to throw this out there and I'm going to be the lucky one. I'm going to get picked up. I'm going to get the sales. I'm going to get the Netflix adaptation. I'm going to get the Amazon Prime animation and all that. And no one wants to really pop the bubble per se. Everyone's just kind of cordial. They give a like. They give a heart. Looks cool. Looks something vague. This looks great. And they keep on scrolling. And then that creator is running on an imaginary treadmill like, I'm doing great. And they're thinking doing great progress, or they think that they have something unique, and they really actually don't. It's kind of a delicate subject for a lot of creators to really take a look at what they have. Can you really improve it? The best ones can take that criticism, you can tear them completely down, and they'll build themselves back up with better material. Those are the real true blue creators. Those are the ones who are really working on their craft. Those are the ones who are like, okay, I'm actually going to make something special instead of just, I'm throwing this out there because it's my idea and it's fun and I want my idea out there per se. So
I think we need to establish what to do, some solutions. How do you fix this? I've sold comic books before, and I, have created a space called Black Comic Lords, right? It's on Facebook. And even when we partnered with Black Cotton, which is a scout comic, which is, a mainstream book. And we got with them, we partnered, and we delivered a variant cover. And even inside of my own group, that at the time we had about 5,000 in Black Comic Lords and about 8,000 in Black Superheroes Forever, which is just a focus on Black superheroes. Dude, we had to hustle to sell books there too. And we're admins, like everybody knows us. We had to hustle. And so my attitude is, if I am actually the admin and I've been curating this space for years, and I gotta hustle just to sell some books, what makes you think that you can just drop off some artwork, do a drive-by Kickstarter, and people are just going to run to it? And I like what you said about, I'm going to be lucky, I'm going to be lucky. And and I don't want to shoot them down, but it's like a small percentage of people that make it. And I'm not trying to say that your goal needs to be the next ISOM or, the next big book. But if you even look at the folks that are killing it right now, and I mean like the top of the food chain, Isom, for instance, most of his followers are white guys. He made his book pliable and spoke to the white guys who do not want wokeness in their books. I'm not saying that that's what you need to do, but there's a niche for that. But the biggest thing with him, he already put up his own money. He didn't crowdfund to get his funds. He put up his own money. And that's huge. You have to put up your own dough. And then maybe just say, hey, I got a comic book out, try to sell it. And he's only got one issue out. And I think he's putting it out there now. Black Sands. One thing about Black Sands that they'll tell you, they put up their own money. They did not rely on community. I think they did do a Kickstarter or whatever. They put up a lot of money. They just did not have a comic book. They also had videos. They also had merchandise. They had a whole system ready to go out the door for people to buy. And I think that's why Black Sands worked. Honestly, the biggest thing, and I'm just trying to get to the point, the biggest thing is we want to know who you are. The people that's giving Ripper the money, they like who he is. They know what his brand stands for. And so they're paying their money for the idealism. They ain't too much caring about that black character. They're more so caring about the idealism, his politicals. His politicals and how he views comics in today's climate. And I think if folks got to know who these Kickstarter people were, I know a lot of people want to let their artwork speak, but get to know the spaces that y'all dropping it in.